What's up everyone? This is Matt with Ozark Overland Adventures, and I have a brand new power station solar generator that just came out, released on May 1st, and I'm actually kind of crazy excited about it. Is it perfect? No. There's definitely some glaring issues with this, and I'll get to those later, but overall, I think this thing's pretty awesome, and let me tell you why. Ozark Overland Adventures is proudly supported by the More Expo, the Midwest's only indoor event for adventure travel enthusiasts. Artemis Overland Hardware. They have the passion and knowledge to ensure that your next outdoor experience is more than a camping trip, it's an adventure. And the Big Iron Overland Rally, a 3-day weekend camp out and concert experience at the Big Brutus Historic Landmark. This is the brand new Bluetti EB70 with a 716 watt-hour lithium ion phosphate battery inside. And this will allow you to power a whole bunch of stuff. And just like every other current power station solar generator on the market, it has a pure sine wave inverter, which is fantastic. It has a regulated 12-volt outlet, which is fantastic. And it also has pass-through charging, which means you can either plug this into a solar panel or a car charger or a wall outlet, and at the same time be running and charging other things off of this. So you can keep this topped off in your vehicle and be powering your fridge, charging, batteries, all that sort of stuff at the same time, which is very helpful for what we do. Now, I know there's a lot of other channels out there that have done reviews on this. We are an off-roading overlanding channel, so my take on this is going to be a little bit differently because I'm talking about how that applies to us and how we can use this. And for my purposes, I love it. In the box, you get the EB70, which this one, okay, possibly questionable color choice. It's the first one they released, had to have it ASAP. This also comes in a red and a black or dark gray. Those two look fantastic. I don't dislike the color of this. Some people will really like it. It's kind of a mint, greenish, bluish color. I don't hate it because I chose it, but I could have waited for the red and the black. Actually, on Bluetti's website right now, they only have the red and the black available, so I don't know, but the red and the black look great. But in the box, you get the manual that has all the the info. You get a quite large power brick. Actually, I think this is the exact same power brick that comes on the much larger EB150, which is 1500 watt hours. You get the solar charging adapter to go from MC4 to the 8mm, and you get the car charger and a handy dandy little cord wrangler thing there with their logo on it. So nice little touch there. Now, the fact that this does include the same charger that the EB150 has means that this thing can take a good amount of input power. 200 watts, as a matter of fact, is how much the power adapter puts out, and that's also how much it can input with a solar panel. Bluetti also happens to have an amazing 200 watt solar panel that pairs up perfectly with this. And I think this is a fantastic combo. Yes, you can use other solar panels with this without any issues. You can use, the Jackery just has a new 200 watt solar panel that would work great with this. You can also connect two 100 watt solar panels up to power this up to 200 watts, as long as it's in parallel. In series, may or may not work depending on the voltage of the panels. But in parallel, should work just fine. And you can just charge this off a 100 watt panel if that's what you have. It just won't charge quite as fast. So let's talk about the things that really matter and make this EB70 freaking awesome. The 716 watt hours, great. There's only one other competitor that has anything like this. Everything else is going to be above 1,000 watts or 500 watts. And if you've seen some of my other videos about the EB150 or the AC50S, the Jackery 500, Jackery 1000, there's some definite pros and cons between both of those. But I think this kind of bridges those two and is just a fantastic unit. 12 volt, regulated, run a fridge, no problem. Handy dandy little dust cover here. That's been my complaint on some of the Jackery units, not having a dust cover there. 4 outlets, 700 watts of power, 1400 watts peak, pure sine wave. Nobody else has that many outlets. And USB ports, two standard USB-A, and then two 100-watt PD power delivery USB-C ports. That's incredible. Nobody else has two 100-watt USB-C ports. Jackery 500? No USB-C at all. Jackery 1000 has USB-C, but it's a pitiful 18 watts. The Bluetti EB70 it has USB-C. It's rated at 45 watts. That's not bad. But the only other one that has USB-C is the EcoFlow, and it's only got one. And then it's got two DC outputs for like a CPAP machine, that sort of thing. And then your 8mm input right here. There's nothing else on the back here. Has fans on both sides, nothing on the back. I do like that the handle is nice. It's padded on this back side, so when it drops, it doesn't, clank real loud. It's padded, not bad. And then like the other Bluetti EB70, it has a 15-watt wireless charging for your phones. That's crazy handy. So with all that power and all these ports, let me show you what that means. iPhone need to be charged? No problem. Drone batteries need to be charged? Just plug those in there. GoPro batteries need to be charged, USB-C. Fantastic. Camera battery. Yeah, camera battery need to be charged. Let's plug that puppy in right there. Yep, charging. Work light, rechargeable work light, need to be charged. Let's plug that into the good old USB. Oh, Apple Watch. Apple Watch needs to be charged. Let's plug that one in there. There we go. It's hot. We need a fan. Let's do that right there. Yeah, let's turn that on high because it's real hot. Been doing all that awesome drone footage, been editing photos of your trip, maybe had to work while you were on the road, laptop's charged or laptop battery's drained, plug that in with USB-C, 100 watts, it'll charge a MacBook Pro really fast. Let's see, where are we here? Let's see, right now we're pulling 130 watts with all this stuff. Lots of room left over. We need to plug our fridge in. And just to make sure the compressor is running on my Dometic, it's set to 12 degrees. So there it goes. Now how much power are we pulling? All right, now we're at 199 watts. We still got a lot left over. How about a margarita at camp? Yeah, I think we can. Let's check it out. Let's see. Yeah, all this and margaritas. No one else can do that. That's freaking awesome. And we're at 220 watts. So even if all of this stayed running, this will last a few hours. That's freaking awesome. So let's talk about some of the other things. Like I said at the beginning, this has a lithium iron phosphate battery in it. That means that this thing will last 2,500 cycles before it drops to 80% capacity. That's incredible. Jackery 500, 500. EcoFlow River Pro, 800. 2,500 cycles on this battery. This thing will last you a very long time. The fridge test. If you've seen any of my other power station videos, you know one of the first things I do is I plug our Dometic CFX 355IM into it and just see how long that will run the fridge. This one came in at a very respectable, very good, 60 hours and 13 minutes. Not bad at all. The Closest competition, the EcoFlow River Pro, came in at 53 hours and 52 minutes. So winner to the Bluetti as far as powering your fridge goes. The Bluettis also all come with a standard 2-year warranty, which is on par with the competition. Jackeries, you can register them and get an extra year out of that. But 2 years is good. Now let's talk about price. List price is $599, which in and of itself, not bad at all. However, there's currently a coupon code to get you $99 off of this, making this $500 for a 700 watt hour battery, 700 watt inverter, all the ports, wireless charging. But for $500, that's awesome. That's a heck of a deal. But as awesome as all that is this perfect? No, unfortunately, not by a long shot. It has some very glaring issues that can be dealt with, and I will, and let me show you. I'll show you this on the fan test. So, first issue is the display. Let me turn it on. The display, I mean, come on, this came out May 1st, 2021, and the display is archaic. It's a nice LCD screen, I mean, for sure. But all it gives you is input and output and a 5-bar battery gauge. I mean, that's it. Compare that to the competition, and they've got super detailed displays with not only a battery, a bar display, but also percentage remaining and even times on there to show you how fast it's going to recharge or how much time you have left at that power draw. And so this display, come on, Bluetti, you can do better than this. I know you can. This is not crazy technology. This sucks. It also goes off super fast, and there's no display button to wake it up. You have to tap one of your power buttons to get it to come back on. And let me show you what happens. These two display buttons, I mean, this is just pitiful. It has this little tiny, not very bright green light right here at the top of the button. And I'm in a shaded garage right now, and looking at it, I honestly can't tell if the light's on or not. It's that bad. And here's the other issue. So there's no really clear indicator of if a switch is on, and as long as the display is off, let's wait. And the display likes to go to sleep fairly fast. So, boom, it's off. And there's no way to just wake it up. You tap one of these two buttons to bring it back on, and by tapping this button, it wakes it back up. The fan's still running. But if you just tap this button while the display is on, it turns that particular outlet source off. I didn't want it off, but all you have to do is tap the button. A press and hold should be what you have to do to turn it off, and then to even turn it on. Tapping it should wake up the display, but you should have to press and hold it to get it to come off. And there you go. Fan's back on. And fan's back off. That is a major design oversight on this. Is it a deal breaker? No, because I know that if the display is on, then if I tap that, it will turn it off and on. I know if the display is asleep and I tap that button, it will just wake up the display and keep powering my stuff. Is it possible that you could, accidentally turn something off? Yeah. And that's really frustrating. And if that happens to me on a trip and I accidentally turn off my refrigerator, oh, I'm gonna be pissed. Very much so. So, mega huge design flaw with this, and I can't believe that made it out of Bluetti's quality control people. So there's that. And that's really the two biggest issues. The display, not very good compared to the competition, and the on and off switches, that's just pitiful. Just for fun, let's compare this to the competition. Jackery 500, basic display. Nice little look. They have a button here that says display. All you have to do is turn that on. They also have pretty bright lights that tells you what's on and what's off, that you can actually see. Yay for that. But 3 USB-A ports, no USB-C, no cover, one outlet here. There's no way I would be able to charge all those things with just this. The Jackery can currently be had on sale for $419. Not a bad deal, but I think $500 is a better deal. Then we have the EcoFlow River Pro. Also 700 watt hour battery, 724 watt hours I think. Lithium ion, not lithium ion phosphate. So 800 cycles, 2500 cycles, 500 cycles. Killer display. This one should set the bar for displays. This one tells you everything. This also has that crazy fast charging voodoo, if you saw my video on it, if you plug it into a wall. But for what we're doing out and about, we're not going to have a wall to plug it into, unless you have some crazy high-powered inverter. But 4 USB ports, USB-C 100 watt, 2 USB-C 100 watts, dust cover, yay for that. So I don't know if you'd rather have a 600 watt inverter that can kind of fake going above that, or if you want a legit 700 watt inverter that peaks at 1400, but you know, if it's above 700 for long, it's gonna cut off. This one can fake it till you make it kind of thing for the EcoFlow. And it does work depending on what you're trying to run with it. Let me demonstrate. The hairdryer test. Let's put this on a Jackery. It has a 500 watt inverter. We're gonna go medium heat, low fan. $415-ish watts. Let's go high fan, medium heat. $720 watts. Oh, that sucks. Didn't make it. High fan, medium heat. Can't do it. Sorry, Jackery. Now let's go Bluetti. Is this on? I think so. Let's find out. Nope. There we go. Low fan, medium heat. $430 watts. Let's try medium fan, high heat. $624, 625-ish. Yeah, that'll dry your hair, no problem. Now let's try medium heat, high fan. $768, not bad. It is over the 700 mark. But yeah, that's actually going to sustain that. No issues. So take your wife camping, bring your hairdryer. Now just for fun, let's go high heat, high fan. Yeah, nope, tripped it, which I expected. Now let's go to the EcoFlow River Pro. Let's plug that in. Let's see, medium heat, low fan. Now on this, it's showing over 500 watts, which on the other two, it showed the 400-ish range. Not sure what's up with that. Let's go medium fan, high heat. Maxing out at that 600 watts. So you're not getting the full heat amount with the EcoFlow like you did with the EB70, because its little voodoo thing is kicking in and it's running it, but it's hitting that actual 600 watt limit and is throttling the voltage down to maintain that. So let's go high fan. Hear it? You hear that? Also, still staying at 598. So not doing any better. You're not getting any benefit from this that you didn't already have from this, because it's throttling this down to compensate for the added power draw because of how this works. Now it does run it, but not like you would think. I think these two are really the top competitors in this class. For me personally, I'd rather have a legit 700 watts of power and all the options than having 600 watts of power and then anything above that is dumbed down. Handy that it can run it, but is it really? And $500 currently at launch with coupon, $549 on Amazon with coupon. Honestly, you can't go wrong with either one of these depending on your needs. They're both fantastic, and of all the power stations I've tested, one of these would be my choice. I'll let you decide which one of these two. I personally can get over that now that I know how it works. Now that I know what the difference is, I'll know what to look out for. Shouldn't have to, but I know. And just the amount of things that you can charge with this, the 2 USB-Cs, the 4 outlets, all the stuff that I had running up here, I mean, you just can't top that. And this can't do that. The Jackery 500 can't do that. The Jackery 1000 can't do that. The EB150 cannot do that. There's not a single other power station out there in this, anywhere close to this price range, that can do all that. So links in the description for everything, discount codes in there too. Give me a like if you found this helpful. I want to know your thoughts on this new unit. You know, can you live with the janky buttons? I want to know. That way, because Bluetti will watch this and they'll get your feedback. The display, you know, I want to know. You know, is all this charging power helpful? 200 watts of input. That's crazy good. I mean, 5 hours to recharge this thing on solar. Yeah, that's great. So anyway, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe if you would. There's also a link in the description for the Ozark Overland Adventure merchandise. Go check that out. Shirts, patches, stickers, soon to be hats, all that good stuff. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate your time. I hope this was helpful. Bye.